Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is part 2 of our Blessed build playthrough. So we're gonna do a little bit of streaming, see how this goes. Right now we've completed the very first area, so we've gone into Boletaria, and we just finished the first spot, and mostly just to unlock the rest of the areas, because with the Blessed build we really want to get into the valley as soon as we can. So that's where we're gonna get Blessed Mace, which is the only blessed weapon that you can get right off the bat without the Searing Hot Demon Souls from Flame Lurker. So we're gonna go ahead and venture into Depraved Chasm. Now, if you're wondering about my stats, I've only gotten up to level 11 so far, so we've raised our Vitality, Endurance, Strength to 15. Weapons, I still have the Heater Shield, Talisman of God, and +4 Wing Spear. Right now, I'm just gonna try to see if I can get through most of this in body form. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, if you're concerned about pure wide world tendency, you do want to make sure you're doing this in soul form. So that's pretty big thing. We'll see if we'll go ahead and clear it out without needing to die. Generally, the first part is not too bad. The second part is where the difficulty starts, and that's the Swamp of Sorrow area. Wing Spear is also nice because it can kill these depraved ones in 2 shots. We do have to watch our footing here, though. It's pretty easy to get murked. Also, I feel like in a remake, and I don't know if you guys would agree with that, this attack is a lot more dangerous. So... not sure why I let him hit me there, but oh well. I like the fact that this guy here just did not do a goddamn thing. Just watch me slaughter 4 of his buddies. Now, we'll backtrack a little bit, but I want to clear off some of these areas here. Nothing too. I don't know about you guys, but I do find these depraved ones, with their attack where they bull rush you, to be much more of a nuisance. And maybe my memory is faded, but definitely a little bit more rough if you get hit by it as opposed to the PS3 version back in the day. We'll backtrack a little bit. I want to pick up the rings, but first I want to clear out some of these enemies here. Gotta love the camera. Faintstone shard. We'll need that. Hey, thanks, Kevin. Much appreciated. Now, we did get the Saints robes. And these are actually pretty decent, so we'll rock them since it's the theme, so to speak. So we'll rock those for a bit. Arrowstone shards. Not what we need, but okay. Again, with Faint Stones, you can't really farm those at this point. You gotta... There is one crystal lizard that has them, and we'll get to it relatively quick here, but first things first. And let's see, I don't unfortunately have any more fire bombs, otherwise those would be handy here. And these rats here, they do infect you with plague. So unless you want to spend 2k on those Widow's Lotus, we can take a different path for now. Okay, so we're gonna backtrack a little bit. Wait a second. Yeah, I came from here. So this is where we want to go, but there's also rings that I've missed, and you can get those at the first area where you encounter enemies by dropping down a few spots. So we'll go ahead and do that first. Okay, I think that's the that is the spot. Yep, Ring of Magical Dullness. Here it is. Now, for the rest of this area, we've obviously, we're just here. So now we'll go ahead and take a different route. And in there we can unlock the shortcut to the area with the plague rats. So. Hey, thanks MSG. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. This is a guy that we definitely want to kill. We want those Faintstone shards for our blessed build. Okay, they lined up perfectly for me here. Always feel like I'm about to fall off in these areas. Alright, we're going to be rocking Blessed Mace for a while here. Actually don't mind it as a weapon. Generally I've used up Faintstones for Mirrodin Hammer when doing the Blessed build, but we'll try something else here. Blessed Mace is pretty decent. I'm just going to try to funnel all these guys. You can actually, if you're trying to get back into the Nexus and you don't have Evacuate Miracle, you can farm these rats for Archstone shards. These giant depraved ones are a pain in the dick. Got a bit too greedy there trying to kill him. But that's alright. There's going to be one more of them though. Hello there. And again, we're almost at the boss, so right now we're just trying to draw these guys out one by one. Sekiro Neo, yes, and I've played and beaten, platinumed all of those games. Sekiro, Neo 1 and Neo 2. And actually, the only thing I have not yet played is the last Neo DLC. I have been pretty busy with wedding prep, and we're almost there. So, unfortunately, it kind of came out at the time where I was just super busy, so did not find time at all to play the most recent DLC. But I did get a platinum in Neo 2. I played it just maybe a little bit more than Neo 1. So, again, those games are great. Highly recommended. I really dig the combat style in Neo. Sekiro was great as well, I do have to say. Even though I did get a platinum in that, I don't think I'm that great at it. I mean, it took me literally hours to beat the final boss, so I didn't even bother doing, a full-on walkthrough, I guess. So maybe we'll do it later down the line, but I mean, I'm just, pretty shit at that game. Man, I'm only being fair to myself here. Oh, almost walked off the cliff, but yeah, Sekiro, again, great game. Highly recommended, but the rock, paper, scissors mechanic with dodging, jumping, or doing a counter, Mikiri counter. Okay. This is a really easy boss battle. It's mainly just a DPS that you have to worry about here. Just get in the damage in quick enough, and generally if you got any of those resins left, go ahead and use them. Every once in a while you'll find faint stone shards or chunks in this area, and I think you can collect it's kind of like crystal lizards. You can collect items here up to 4 times. So let's go ahead and just teleport back to this archstone. See if we can pick up a couple more things. And then I want to pick up a few more items in the Swamp of Sorrow area, and I guess we'll just head back to the Nexus from there. I do want to get my hands on the Evacuate Miracle as well, but I need 20,000 souls to get it. We are pretty close, however, so there's that. How would you rank all the Souls games? That's a great question. I would say, honestly, there's PvE, so just a single player experience and multiplayer experience, for me at least. And I would say if we're doing, single player only, then something like, obviously, Bloodborne. I really like that. If we're taking, Bloodborne out of it and just doing Souls, then probably. Hey, thanks. Welcome, Cyber. For PvE, I would say Bloodborne #1, followed by Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1, Demon Souls, and Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 for me is probably the worst one in all areas, just because the mechanics of it, the graphics, the gameplay, while it was pretty good on its own, I would just say that with all the other Souls games, it was a bit of a letdown. I still played the shit out of it, but again, out of all the games, probably the weakest one. So we got the Regenerator's Ring, which is what we wanted from this area, as well as the Murden Hammer. So pick up a couple of items just along the way while we're at it, and we're teleporting back into the Nexus. Now, if we're doing multiplayer only rankings for me will be a little bit different. So I would say Dark Souls 3 for multiplayer, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, and then Bloodborne. Honestly, Bloodborne multiplayer, I feel like it's probably the weakest one. Hey, thanks, Cyber. Glad to see that the guide itself was of some assistance, so thank you for watching. Really appreciate it, man. But yeah, Bloodborne, as good as the PvE was in that game, and I mean, it was phenomenal. The boss fights, the atmosphere, the weapons, the levels. I do feel like PvP suffered a little bit. So I did not enjoy it that much in terms of, if we're talking, and again, this is, if we're talking strictly multiplayer. For invasions, there was a way to kind of opt out of them by killing the maiden. Thanks, Cyber. But yeah, killing the maiden, you opted out of it, and then if you're trying to do like organized PvP, then you pretty much had to spend hours and hours of farming, trying to get the best possible gems from the cursed, defiled, fetid dungeons. So that was probably the only downside of that in my eyes. Oh, did I just push this out of the way? Goddamn. Whoa. Okay. Am I still poisoned? Kind of annoys me right now that I can't pick up this item. Okay. Now that we're done with that, we'll go ahead and just teleport back for now. And took a bit of a gamble here playing in body form, but it is what it is. Generally, the first part of that level, at least, is fairly easy, so that's why I kind of took a bit of a risk. But okay, so Blessed Mace, keep. Murden Hammer goes into storage for now, along with all the other stuff. Talisman of God would keep, because if you trade it to Sparky the Crow, you can't get colorless Demon Soul in return. And also Murden Greaves, again. Not gonna bother with those for now. Get rid of some of these stones. What else can we get rid of? Yeah, I think we'll hang on to pretty much everything else. And we got 11,000 souls. I want to see if we got enough for the evacuate miracle. Oh yeah, more than enough.
May I share, God?
Yes, you may. Again, this miracle is pretty useful for just farming.
Hello, I'm keeping a close watch.
Teleports you back into the Nexus, so always a plus. Okay. Now, let's see if I can level up a bit and get my faith up. And here we will also go ahead and, oh actually, you know what, I can kill that crystal lizard in the Brave Chasm one more time. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Just for some of the Faintstone shards. But kind of going back into the ranking conversation, again, multiplayer, really prefer Dark Souls 3 the most. I feel like the PvP was probably the most fun that I've had. Just the most amount of weapons to use. There were some really fun builds. And I'm trying to be objective here too, just because I've probably had the most fun with Demon Souls, followed by Dark Souls 1. And it just seems like it is the case with a lot of people. They tend to like Souls games in order of the games played. I still see some people argue that, you know, Dark Souls 2 is the best one, which, you know, I don't agree with, but obviously, you know, some people have played that game first in the series, so probably, you know, dear to their heart, it's the first, you know, Souls experience, so to speak, so tough to duplicate it. Hey, thanks, GG. Really appreciate it, man. Means a lot. Glad, you know, still helping some people out when it comes to this stuff. So, even though I don't have as much time playing, I still see that those videos get quite a bit of views. So, good to see you. For sure. Okay, and we are going straight for the crystal lizard. Alright. Now, I think we grabbed most of the Faintstone shards that we could. So we'll get that Blessed Mace up a little bit. Now, they do a lot of damage early on. Ah, okay, so GG likes Dark Souls 1, but started with Dark Souls 1, but likes Bloodborne over those. Yeah, and Bloodborne, again, I still think, just being objective, single player in that game is probably the best. I mean, between the lore atmosphere, boss fights, enemies, and I mean, it did provide, if you were a Souls veteran and you were looking for difficulty and the regular game was too easy, I would say that, you know, the Chalice dungeons were kind of a nice boon in that regard, because you could actually make them far more difficult, which obviously, you know, for play on quality or frame rate mode, hard to tell. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure myself, so okay. I hear you there about Bloodborne PvP, and I did forget that I actually have to get the blacksmith unlocked, so we'll probably go ahead and do that in a little bit, but first, I want to go ahead and pick up a few items in 4.1. Now that we got Blessed Mace, we can go ahead and do that. Let me check. Performance, cinematic. Yeah, I think I'm in performance. Yeah, we'll pick up a couple of items here. The main thing I want to do is get the Adjudicator Shield. And the long compound bow. I did not, yeah, I actually did not take down the DS2 removed. And the reason why they were removed is because YouTube, at some point, so since I started doing these guys in 2013 to, I think around 2015, 2016, they've actually changed the way tags work. So before, you used to be able to just throw them in description, and that's what a lot of people did. And after some time, they've changed them, so you had to put them in the tag section. So you can no longer keyword stuff. And that was mainly for, you know, SEO type thing. For some of you guys, you know, who are not like SEO professionals or digital marketing professionals, this doesn't probably mean anything. But what they did essentially is that, you know, they made it so you could not stuff keywords in descriptions. And what I was doing before, and a lot of people were doing that, we were putting just the tags themselves in the description for the video. So because some of my videos actually constituted as violations of that rule, YouTube went ahead and deleted the videos. So I had to scramble and make changes to some of the videos that they left, which they mainly just hit my Destiny raid guides and also the Dark Souls 2 guides. So Dark Souls 2 got completely removed. My guides for Crota raids in Destiny and Vault of Glass raids got removed, which I played quite a bit of Destiny as well. It's probably the franchise that I've played most, next to, you know, obviously the Soulsborne games and Neo. And I would say all together, those are probably like the only games I play. So, oh yeah, and I think somebody actually just reported my videos and I got taken down, so that was a bit of an annoyance, not gonna lie, but hey, it is what it is. And unfortunately, yeah, it is unfortunate, and I did not at the time have those videos backed up because my laptop where I was storing those died, and I never got around to repairing it. Wasn't really need. Had like probably 3 or 4 laptops other than that. A couple for work, another personal one. So at the time, I didn't really bother fixing it, and unfortunately, once the videos got removed from YouTube, they were gone for good. So. Yeah, and here, well, actually, I'm gonna use a different approach. Because we're just, honestly, we're just going for the bow and a couple of other things. Picked up Crescent Falchion. The bow I like because in this game, archery is actually really strong. So you can make some really insane builds with just using the bow, honestly. And this guy happened to wreck me in the tutorial. Most of the time I'm actually, believe it or not, able to kill this guy, no issues, but of course when you hit record, he wrecks you immediately. That was my only death so far in this playthrough, was to the first tutorial boss. I will say though, we will be dying a little more often now, just because I will be suiciding here and there in the Nexus. I did attempt to have it repaired. The problem was that the way it broke, it was actually like, I think, internal motherboard or something like that was cracked. I forgot the exact reason. I do still have it. I might be able to get it fixed. It's just I never got around to it really. But
Who couldn't do that?
maybe. I think I got pretty much all I needed from this guy. I do have just the requirement that I have to buy all the armor sets for all the characters in the game. Otherwise, it's like the playthrough is not complete. So there's that. That's good to know. Thanks, fellas. I really appreciate the assist there. I would, if I had the time, I might jump on the Scholar of the First Sin, and just because I haven't done that guide yet, and I mean it's fairly, easy. I did play some Dark Souls 2 about a year ago, maybe a year and a half. Mainly was a boredom thing, and I just wanted to do a playthrough of all the Souls games. There we go. There's the compound longbow. And over here, we can actually trade one of these talismans and the August of Guidance. Here, let's see what we can get. I'll do a little bit of trading. Some white arrows for that. The real item of note here, though, is the Talisman of God that we picked up, so we can drop that. Hey, thank you, thank you. I do plan on playing Elden Ring, for sure. Yes, Robert, yeah. That's probably the biggest difference, other than, obviously, the visuals. This has been probably the best part about PS5 is the loading times for all the Souls games, especially when you do stuff like that, like trading. Holy shit! It is definitely noticeable. Okay, so now got this area pretty much nailed down. I'm gonna progress just a little bit higher up. I do want to get myself a Adjudicator shield. Where you talk to Blige. Picked up the Uchi Katana. What's he planning on killing? I'll probably do 2-1. Next, I'm not sure if I'm just gonna go for the Dirty Colossus or the Armored Spider. So I'm thinking, you know, one of those two, either Colossus or the Armored Spider next. That'll probably be one of the next ones. Yeah, I think I can go up here actually. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. A couple of items to pick up. Have anybody actually played other games on PS5? I don't know what else is worth picking up. I know they've had pretty good reviews on the Spider-Man game. I know some people said like Call of Duty's pretty much the same thing, not really worth it. So I've only gotten Demon Souls, and I've played some PS4 games, obviously, but not much else beyond that for now. Okay, and with PS5, I actually got really lucky. Went to the store manager, spoke to the store manager, and they it was back in November when it first came out, and they actually had a few items from the online stock that never got picked up, and they got permission to sell those. Thanks. I'm not gonna kill the the boss here yet. There is a trophy for killing him with pretty much a bow, so we're gonna upgrade that a little bit, but yeah, God of War, and I don't blame you, man. God of War was excellent. And even if, for whatever reason, the gameplay for it is not your cup of tea, there's still a lot of stuff to do. And I mean, the story was really good. I dig Kratos being in ancient Greece, going from ancient Greece to Norse mythology. The setting, you know, even though I guess story-wise it's kind of a stretch, still I thought it was a good change, and he fits well with the Norse mythology.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch on you.
Well, I think that's pretty much it for now, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. See what we can do. Light arrow, holy arrow, white arrow. So compound longbow is gonna be what we are upgrading. Do want to actually, you know what, soul remains, I could probably hand to those for now. They're useful. Yes, I am streaming this directly from the PS5. I haven't even I still have the old hop hog. I haven't even bothered with it, to be honest with you. Compound longbow. I need more shards. Okay, alright. I know where to get them. Yeah, going forward, I will only be leveling up faith, vitality, and endurance for quite some time, and then put some points in int so I can actually use some of the miracles that I got.
You have a heart. I can forge weapons.
I need one more large Hearthstone shard, so I need to farm up for that, but
What's the hurry? Weren't you in it, man?
let's go ahead and just equip it for our ranged option. I can actually probably use white arrows, just because on this character they're not going to be doing a whole lot of damage. Usually you want to hang on to those for like blue dragon or red dragon, or you know, whatever stuff to kill flying beasts.
You come back alive.
Thou then touch soul of the mind. I am here.
I can probably level up just a bit.
Then touch soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Art may thy.
Alright, fellas. Well, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back soon. So hope everybody has a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next time.